Is getting rich something that you can actually learn? Yes? No? No matter what your answer is, that's the question that starts our conversation today. And that's why in today's video, we're gonna be talking about Ramit Sethi's I Will Teach You to Be Rich. I'm going to give you 6 practical takeaways for getting rich that I picked up from reading this book. First, I want to say that becoming wealthy is not reserved only for Ivy League graduates, pro athletes, politicians, tech entrepreneurs, or just downright lucky lottery winners. You, just like anyone else, can become rich, and in fact, you can start working towards this today. Number 1 is optimize your credit cards. If you're wondering what that is, it's all about using your credit cards in the right way. What this means is pay off your credit cards regularly to avoid paying interest, get all fees waived on your credit cards, negotiate a lower APR, keep your cards for a decent amount of time while keeping them active, increasing your total available credit, but only if you have no debt, and use your rewards as you get them. What do I mean? Many credit cards offer rewards points you could use towards travel, shopping, giving back to charity, or even cash back. And they also offer extended warranties and benefits like rental car insurance, trip insurance. So according to Sethi, you need to use these as soon as you get them to optimize your credit cards and make the most out of them. When it comes to negotiating your APR and getting fees waived, if you're a loyal user and have a good track record with your credit cards, these are some things you can negotiate with your credit card company to lower them. The next thing is keep your checking and savings at 2 different banks. Ramit thinks it's essential to have both a savings and a checking account, and recommends actually having 2 separate accounts at 2 different banks. What's the idea behind this? Well, if you have your savings account with a different bank than your checking account, then you'll be less tempted to actually pull money from your savings and spend it. The thinking here is that it often takes a few days for money to transfer from one account to the next, so by having your accounts in a separate place, it'll be easier for you to keep money saved and grow your money. But perhaps the most important thing Ramit says is that you need to open the best savings account and best checking account. That means shopping around for banks with high interest rates and low maintenance cost, no matter where the account is. When it comes to savings, I personally keep my emergency fund in Ally Bank, and anything apart from that, I have invested. My regular checking account is with a local bank from my area. The next thing is prepare to invest. Saving and investing will definitely be the foundation for your new rich life. According to Sethi, you can start prepping to invest your funds in these 3 ways: by picking your own stocks and bonds, by picking your own index funds and mutual funds, and by investing in target date funds. These 3 things make up the pyramid of investing options. In case you don't know what that is, let me break it down for you quickly. The higher up in the pyramid, the more straightforward the investing process. Ramit believes that for 99% of people, the 2nd or 3rd levels in the pyramid are the best options. The peak, in this case, picking your own stocks and bonds, should only be a choice for specific investors. Sethi believes this is because it is difficult for an individual investor to beat the market. I think he makes absolute sense, since the time spent trying to beat the market could be spent elsewhere. Keep in mind, investing is not about selecting hot stocks or trying to beat the market. The best investment strategies are actually pretty straightforward. I think the best investment you can make, though, is subscribing to the channel, because it is scientifically proven that when you subscribe, your net worth goes up. But seriously, personally, I've had over a 50% return in the last year, and I'll leave a link down below to my portfolio through M1 Finance, and I have a full video on how to start investing in stocks for you as well. Number 4, start spending your money consciously. Save for significant bills. Most people can't properly account for their spending habits. However, spending money without a plan is one of the surest ways to drain your bank account every month. And frankly, stay poor for the rest of your life. One of the things Ramit Sethi emphasizes in his book is conscious spending. If you want to build wealth faster, decide how you're going to spend your paycheck before it hits your account. His pro tips would be 50 to 60% of your income should cover fixed expenses like insurance, then your mortgage, rent, loan repayment, groceries, and so on. 10% towards your retirement, think Roth IRA, your 401k, and any other stable investments. 5 to 10% to short-term objectives and savings, and the remaining 20 or so percent to the things you love. Number 5, automate your investments. Automate everything. Knowing and following up on what amount goes where can drain a lot of your mental energy. And that's mental energy that you could put somewhere else, like making more money. So once you've made the necessary paycheck allocations, it's time to put everything on autopilot, as well as your bill and debt payments to save time and to avoid temptations. Number 6 is start investing. If I've learned something over the past few years, it's that it's never too late to start investing. But if you don't want to lose your hard-earned money, start teaching yourself about the different asset classes and investment strategies. Once you start learning, you'll realize that you don't really need to hire a professional to make investment decisions for you. If you're new to investing and don't have a high risk appetite, you can start with index funds rather than individual stocks. My favorite index funds are VOO, VTI, and ARK. That said, there are a couple of things that stood out to me from this book that I'd like to briefly point out. Number 1 is you don't have to be an expert to build wealth. Just focus on doing most things on the list right most of the time. Number 2, get started. You'll make mistakes along the way as you learn, but just get started. Number 3, set up a good system and then leave it alone. Number 4, there's no ceiling to how much money you can make. Number 5, prioritize spending on what you love and cutting down on what you don't love. If you like these tips and feel like you can adopt them, like the video and don't forget to share. I do these kinds of videos all the time, so subscribe if you haven't already and hit the notification bell so you never miss a money-making opportunity. If you have thoughts or insights on today's topic, leave a comment down below. That brings me to the end of the video. I appreciate you. See you next time.